I can't believe you took out the Ripper Queen. Bye.
I doubled her soul was a real big nerd for that walking dildo the timekeeper. Can you imagine?
You don't need to.
You know that robot, Claptrap? Yeah, the dumb one. He's challenging everyone to a climbing contest in the mountains, but like, the guy can't even climb stairs.
Command, we've identified a cluster of Ordinite thieves. Seems they tried to remove the Ordinite core from an active synth. Affirmative. We'll survey the area and report back.
Do you know how to identify a Vault Hunter? Check for reckless endangerment of innocence, blood-stained skin and clothing, and an overblown sense of importance.
As we have always been!
A grenade serenade!
On the move, people!
So what? But so
Just repeat what I told you.
Hi. Since Beto gone, we do new initiation to join
The half-class gang.
Yes, must prove worth. Go to Synth Factory and take the Ordinite. Bring to me.
Remember the password.
Yes? Say, sparkle on, gorgeous. Then I let in.
End hard. Try to scare him.
Love you too.
If you do
Okay, to be
encounter
fair,
an
I
unwanted
never
citizen,
would have guessed that
the best
password.
advice is to lie down quietly and make no sudden movements.
Stranger danger. Say password if within.
Sparkle on. Oh, gorgeous.
Yes, the word right. Strangers sound familiar, but does that mean you friend all along? Back room for medicine, where snitches catch stitches. Eye doctor.
Hey, you need a drink?
You got any absinthe back there?
Sure. Have we met before? You seem very familiar.
No, if we'd met before, you'd remember.
Did you go to Danny's wedding, maybe? No, that's not it. Wait, I know who you are! Who let a Vault Hunter in here? Kill them! Kill the Vault Hunter!
Don't let the robot see in you!
I need feet!
If I was an asshole named Vito, where would I hide the good stuff? Secret room behind the bar? Always wanted one of those.
I do good, boss.
Exceptional. You're a good boy. How do you feel? You hurt?
No, not hurt bad. Just a little.
Why don't you go ahead and get some rest then, son? You've earned it. I've got to take care of my rippers if they're gonna take care of me, right?
Right. You are best dad boss.
Thank you. When you get back, keep your eye on your brand new sister. She looks like she's going to survive treatment. Make sure she gets a gun when she's feeling better.
Okay.
So Vito cared about his rippers. That doesn't change the fact that he was playing with people's lives for his own gain. Still a dick.
I don't know what I'm drinking, but it's...
In these trying times, citizens are reminded that we're in this together. But you're the only one falling behind.
Wanna be suppressed?
Alt Hunter, are you sick of those... You know those killer drones terrorizing the city? I kind of, made them. Accidentally. Would you help me hack them back from the Timekeeper? I just need you to upload this virus into an unactivated drone.
Fine, I'll help you clean up your mess.
Thank you so much! Okay?
The way to the drone factory is just above. right, you're in. Now you gotta find a complete drone that hasn't been activated yet.
Always feels good.
There. An uncorrupted drone. My child. Pristine. Innocent. Virginal.
Stop.
Noted. Anyway, you can upload the virus into it. Damn! They've got single jammers installed all through the factory. We'll have to take care of those too.
Trash the jammers. Easy.
No, destroying them won't work. It'll send the entire system into lockdown. I am reading 3 jammers nearby. You'll have to hack each one of them manually with your Echo 4. That's one of the jammers. Now plug your Echo 4 into it. Those nodes represent the jammer's internal code. Just shoot them and you'll break the jammer. Who said you can't use guns to hack stuff? 2 more jammers to go.
Your existence has been revoked. Be honest, you really didn't see all this coming with your drones?
But who could gaze into a drone's unblinking angular eye and not feel comfort? Who wouldn't want to snuggle up with a jagged metallic body? What monster could even think to turn such beauty into evil? Damn, a firewall! Oh, be careful. Only shoot the red triangular nodes this time. If you shoot the blue circular one, it'll trip the system and we'll have to start over. Nice. Just 1 jammer left, and then you can upload the virus, fix the drones, and wipe my moral slate clean.
Screw you! And screw the timekeeper!
Not war exactly, but it's pretty.
Bomb explosion!
Yeah. Oh, you are not a good person.
The timekeeper twisted my creative vision. The drone's blaster is supposed to be a birthday candle lighter. Its heat seeker was meant to find sad children and offer them cupcakes.
I did that!
Now get back to the inactive drone and upload the virus. Good. That Echo 4 back out and get hacking. The drone stopped the code. Take out the red triangle nodes. You know I got to do robotics to help kids, and in a way, these drones are my children. But that doesn't make you a child killer. Let's be super clear about that. Okay, firewall's down. Now just wait for the virus to upload. Protect my innocent robotic child!
Systems ready.
That was not planned. I win.
The drone stopped the code. Take out the red triangle nodes.
Who needs a body?
Enemy of virus has arrived. Disrupting hostile team.
They're reverting the nodes. Destroy the red ones. The drones halted the compiling. Destroy those red triangle nodes. The code's all compiled. Now I'll just upload some happy memories. I'm reminded that I'm their parent and I love them. My child, restored to sweet innocence.
The drones. They're not shooting.
Yep, these ones shouldn't cause you any more problems.
Good. Now do me a favor and never invent anything again.
Oh, I've learned my lesson. I'm off to begin my next invention for kids. A robot dog that drinks tears and gives warm nuclear-powered hugs.
Taking my fun! Don't push me!
Nice try.
Senseless destruction of businesses and roadways. Long lines at the market. Vault hunters make life difficult for everyone.
ridiculous.
Just like the culture. I knew it was coming. I didn't make it any easier.
The timekeeper is inexorable.
The timekeeper will be so disappointed.
There are no second chances.
When encountering radiation, remember this short rhyme. Does it glow? Let it go.
Can you hold your You look like you killed a lot. Let's compare notes.
Not even.
Nice try.
Back my popular man who stare into my abyss.
Now don't get all fussy.
Shot, but I ain't that good. I'm doing it, everyone. Heading in.
Birth control, carbon dating, increased shelf life of fresh-baked goods and produce. Radiation. It's not all bad.
Be present before the pound.
You can't defeat me.
Tighten it up. You guys are next. Got it?
More of that. Never gets old.
No! Dang it!
Be advised, cotton swabs are not necessary for bolt maintenance and can irritate sensitive areas. Exposed to more radiation than recommended? It's nothing a little soap and water can't fix.
No one cares about you!
Get your shit together, people!
Let's see, Saw.
Nice try.
Citizens interested in scaling the damaged city wall are reminded that your bodily autonomy may be annexed at any time.
Zadra, how will I know when I've reached this ascension place?
Oh, you'll know. It's quite the spectacle. The sole path to the Timekeeper and his vault. I helped the Timekeeper design it. Back when I believed the Order aimed to help humanity, not just control it. Feels like a lifetime ago. Or, I suppose for you, it was about 15 lifetimes ago.
Hey, all the way over there! Why are they so good at killing?
I have no wish to destroy you, but I can. I will extinguish all your ungrateful, meager souls to maintain order. Do not test me.
Never gets old.
Now pay attention. Why did the Timekeeper just make that man disembowel himself, I hear you ask yourselves? Perhaps...
Hey! I'll be your butcher today! That's it! You're real tough.
See ya. Escape room, huh? What could go wrong?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before you are 3 doors. One leads to salvation. The others lead to certain doom. Doom. Doom.
Oh, have we started? I'm used to getting a backstory or something first.
Wait, you're a Vault Hunter? Quite the specimen.
Now
Now's my chance to match wits against an elite V&ear. I'll have to make sure to keep your tattoos intact.
You are creepy, I'll give you that.
Now, let's see if you're worthy of my
devious genius. I suggest you look carefully for clues. Choosing poorly might give you a burning sensation.
What could go wrong? A homicidal escape room guy is what could go wrong, Vex.
Oh, you have to be smarter than that.
Yes. To have a rival that's finally
Pushing me. Not just kids or bachelor parties. We're done with warm-ups. On to the next event.
So much for a relaxing break.
This room captures the thrill of finding a key for a box, containing a key for another box, which holds the key for... you get the idea. The question, however, is not the key, but the order.
So when you called this the no escape room, that was literal, wasn't it?
It certainly wasn't figurative.
Uh-oh. That was a bad sound.
The only thing more shocking than your stupidity is this. Oh, come on.
Thinking of removing or modifying your vault?
My
Think
genius
again.
is almost...
Side effects of bolt tampering include disabling psychosis and sudden death.
At least try. How am I supposed to bask in your defeat when you're simply a fool?
How sharp am I?
Some stumbles, but a worthy opponent I see. Be prepared now. My best work approacheth. I'll admit, your continued survival has been unnerving. But I shan't be undermined by dumb luck. In this room, you must get through the maze before my legion of traps renders your body into a jump scare for future clientele. I think it's time we
get candid.
While I'm delighted you've outpaced the pleading rabble I've discarded in here, this show needs to stay on the rails. The Order has the city.
And I have no escape. Different scales, but the results the same.
Be advised, if you'd like to see your loved ones again, stick to your production schedule and daily routine. Be the you we need from
That
you.
does not contain the solution to the maze. Day 8 of being stuck in my own maze. My brilliance is just too much sometimes. Does it go up, up, down, down, left, right? No, that's something else. When I get out of here, I'm going to leave veggies on the ground as clues to myself as to where to go. If I get out of here.
Vegetables? What a weird dude.
Do you realize the amount of work it takes to maintain all of this? And you've spoiled it all!
Citizens are advised to appreciate what they have, as it can be taken away at any time. Beware of unbolted citizens at all times, while remaining aware that Dominion is safe from Rippers. Always. see your loved ones again, stick to your production schedule and daily routine. Be the you we need from you. Everyday, normal, law-abiding, quiet citizens needn't worry. The Order only punishes those who fall out of line. So don't. Everyday, normal, law-abiding, quiet citizens needn't worry. The Order only punishes those who fall out of line. So don't.
Once I get off this planet, I'm taking a 3-day shower.
the mountain are unnecessary and outlawed. Thinking of removing or modifying your vault? Think again. Side effects of vault tampering include disabling psychosis and sudden death.
This place is like a physical representation of how my brain feels. Shattered. Random shit everywhere with seemingly no form or function, and the feeling that something is irreparably wrong.
Be advised, citizens who engage a Vault Hunter assume responsibility for consequences. Any damages incurred by Vault Hunter attack will be publicly marked. see your loved ones again, stick to your production schedule and daily routine. Be the you we need from you. A mountain is an elevated landform. It is part of the geography of Kairos, built through natural processes over millions of years. Nothing magical about it. A Vault Hunter advisory has been issued. We advise that you stay away from the Vault Hunter. excessive hair growth? Try radiation. It's not all bad.
I am guarding. I am a god. None shall pass. I stand sentinel, eternally watchful.
No.
Seeing new faces
Oh,
around.
so much shit on my fucking
Report that.
bed. I got one in this shit. Almost 3 hours of my ass. Yeah, this plot sucks. There it is. Okay, I'm ready to go. Hair on my fucking damn face. Okay, let's talk about what happened at work for the day. Well, me and the crew had a little discussion over what was going on with one of our teammates and that. We always critique each other based upon the things that we do. So the way to keep the work habit good is to critique people, and we have to, no matter what. How much people kind of hate that stuff. I say, well, if you do stupid shit, you get stupid results, you know, so... This is our livelihood. We do work here. We do, you know... sit there and... deal with a lot of bullshit and backlash from what people say, what people do to a certain extent. So... It's not even what people actually like. It's I can't say it's what they say. It's more or less how they say it. Because we joke around a lot, so more or less likely it depends on what is actually going to offend people. It's actually not going to offend people. And sometimes we offend people all the time, and that, but we keep it to ourselves. So when other people hear it, you know, especially overly emotional, dramatized people, and that they intentionally get to the point where they're just like, you know, oh my god. Type shit, which is mostly just women, because women can't handle. They can never handle fucking jokes. Women themselves have a hard time handling jokes. They're like super fucking serious all the damn time. They're like the world's gonna end one day, and it's because they didn't have their fucking children and that because they're old and they bitch and moan because they don't have a man. And of course you don't have a man because you sleep around too damn much, and it's always just complaining, blah 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 shit. So, we typically don't joke around with people like that. Because it's just nearly fucking impossible. They're just always pissy and mad and angry all the damn time. And it's fucking annoying. People that take life that fucking seriously need to get a reality check, because that is stupid. Because based upon what God actually states is to not worry about anything and just let things be. Because it's not in our control to constantly be worried about what everything is happening. And it's hard to do nowadays, I agree. But the thing is, you can do it, though. You don't need to sit there and be like, oh my god, I have to worry about this or worry about that. I heard this prediction about this. Now, you heard a mortal predict some stupid-ass shit.
Be advised, cotton swabs are not
I listen to the same dumb shit that everybody else listens to, and I tell you what, they're fucking lying through their fucking teeth. It's all bullshit, 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 bullshit. And the thing is, they sit there and they keep on doing this shit. I listen to these preacher people. They're all like, oh, God talked to me. Wait a minute. Jesus said that no one gets prophets. There's no such thing as a prophet after him. There's no such thing as anything. He's already done everything. Everything's already done. So listen to all these people selling shit that you're fucking just lying. That's why I'm trying not to worry as much about life altogether. Like what's happening in my life, and like certainly I do worry about what happens with people in that, because I interact with people all day long. Especially people that are fucking ignorant or stupid, or just like they're just people that want to use certain words and certain actions to perform certain things. Like, bro. It's like I don't need anyone's permission to sit there and play these fucking games with people. Jesus. The big old lobber.
Every night I dream only of how to save you from yourself.
Oh, it's a charger? Okay.
Who had Lex in the dying pool? All the pretty pieces. Oh, sorry, Lex. I thought that was you.
And that's what it is with a lot of people, that they intentionally, they intentionally just do all this stuff in that. And it's a big learning curve, because as you get older in that, you think you get wiser. Sometimes you get put in your ways, and it's hard to get out of it.
Have a curse.
And it is. It's very difficult to get out of your ways. That's why a lot of people potentially get offended by certain things. I said, but life is not supposed to be one way. We're all supposed to be united together under God, and that's what we get the purpose of, like, understanding why we have so much corruption in the world. Like, yeah, because we're not all uniting under the same thing. We all keep on making up excuses. When you unite yourself underneath Jesus, the world becomes more peaceful. Demons lay to rest. They don't fucking corrupt as much anymore. They don't stand underneath you as much. You start producing more valid, answers to questions, and you start to understand more. We think a lot of people would sit there and kind of agree with that shit, but they don't. They're just like rampage. And they do it a lot. That dude came out fucking nowhere. I didn't even see this. Yeah, but all I'm trying to say is that we can't control the fabric of life barely at all. And how many times people want to sit there and state that they control their own lives, but they do drugs. They control their own lives, but they watch TV all day. They control their own lives, and they sit there and they worry about what everybody else is fucking doing besides themselves. They control their own life, and that everything's already perfection and perfect and all this bullshit and that. And then when someone else comes in and they look at your fucking damn life, they're all like, "What the fuck do you mean? You're not doing anything." I am doing stuff. No, you're not. You're sitting there fucking doing absolutely fucking nothing.
These kills are putting me to sleep.
And then you wonder why your life fucking sucks. Because you don't do anything with it. You just sit there and follow everybody else. Follow the fucking leader. Follow this retarded person that's sitting there on fucking TikTok and talk about all this fucking bullshit that's fucking lies, because it's their own interpretation of life, and they want everybody else to agree with it. And they do agree with it. They have to agree with it perfectionally, because they're all narcissists.
You weren't kidding, Zadra. The place has Ascension written all over it.
That's the way to the Timekeeper. Go.
That's why I always tell people I don't agree with what everybody says, because most people either, you know, don't have enough evidence to tell the truth, and they just make you believe in what they're saying is true, but it's not. Which is normally what happens half the time, because that's what a lot of people seem to do. They just seem to throw down that kind of bullshit. Like I said, it's okay to listen to people, but it's not okay to sit there and believe every fucking damn thing someone says. Do your own research, do your own proof, do your own stuff. And you with me in that, don't believe in me 100%. Read the Word of God for yourself.
Come now, step into the spotlight.
Sandra, you didn't mention the targeting system at the Ascension. Got a big scary triangle here.
Triangle? The Timekeeper is fond of them, but that one's certainly new. His targeting systems could always be overloaded with an ordinary
That's why we sit there and we listen to people talking that. We can see certain things.
Loud, small man?
Calder, any idea where we'd find an Ordinite capacitor in the city?
We notice certain things. So like what happened the other day in that, you know, some guy got mad and we all talked about it. Our whole entire overnight team, we all talked about that because we're all trying to figure out like, okay, so how are we gonna deal with this shit? Like the dude was being really ignorant and being like doing like race bait and shit. And so we're all sitting there like, dude, no one likes that shit. Like no one doesn't like that crap. It's fucking stupid.
That was exhausting. I've reached my lab in
And
the city.
like,
My assistants and I will help you tune the capacitor from here.
said he's doing his job, and he was worried about his attention that he was getting with people. Like, bro, this ain't a fucking child care center, motherfucker. Like, this ain't a, like, attention network. Because my emotions fucking hurt because whatever the fuck's happened in my life sucks. That's your own interpretation, bro. That's what you do with your own self. Like, everybody's always trying to get friends. How do you make friends? How do you make a girlfriend? I don't know, man. People fall in love with you because they fall in love with you because your personality now. If you got a shitty ass personality, you're a fucking liar, then people are not gonna like you. But yeah, you can say stuff and you can be corrected on certain things, but you have to take the criticism. And the criticism's the hardest thing to take. Like, I was asking everybody at work at night, you know, talk shit about me, talk about how you feel about me. I want to fucking know. And they're all like, they didn't really say anything. I'm like, well, that means that, you know, first off, you're just lying because there's always something about someone. But they probably just don't fucking care. Exactly. Don't care about what people do. That's perfect. Don't care about what people, you know, do in their personal life. Like, having people could try to control my stream and say, you shouldn't talk about this. I say, well, you should go fuck yourself then. Oh, well, I'm emotionally impaired. Yeah, you got a disability of being a fucking dumbass. You got a mental illness. No, you ain't got no mental illness. You're just stupid. No one corrected you, and you just keep on producing the same effects of being a dumbass. And then you want to get mad at everybody else because they call you out on it. No shit, dumbass. That's what people do. I talk about the things in my life. People want to get offended because they're the ones I'm talking about because they say stupid shit and do stupid shit. Well, maybe if you want to do things that I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. And it's not like I'm being a dick about it. I'm actually just having fun with what happened. People do the feeling things, all something. What about their feelings? Why should I matter about someone else's feelings? Tell me why. Because when you look at what's happening, you reap what you sow. So you don't care about how I feel. You only care about how you feel. Okay, well, guess what? Then I don't give a fuck. You have to respect it, too. You have to be reciprocal. A lot of people can't do that shit. It's about me, 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 me. And then when they do want to do something, which sometimes it happens, because they feel good that day. I do not feel good every day. That's the point of the matter. Why don't you feel good every single day in your life? When you wake up in the morning and you're just like, oh my god, my life's so bad. It's because you don't do nothing. You pop that fucking Adderall, your mind goes into an illusion state, and then you just live life like that. And that's what you do. And sad things, that's what a lot of motherfuckers do. They go into that life and just like, oh, no, man, I don't want to do this. And then when anyone tries to direct you, you get mad. Here's the reason why. Let me explain this in very good detail. What you lack when you're a child, you have to sit there and deal with as an adult. So what that essentially means is children get disciplined to understand life. Discipline means that you do things you don't want to do and you learn how to fucking like it. That sounds pretty corrected. Right? That's how I would think about life. That's how we are all together. We all want to learn. We all want to do things. We all want to be better. But when you can't understand criticism, which is just learning, you want to get mad at it. Get mad. Get upset. That's why you're getting mad upset, because you don't understand something. I get it. I'm right there with you. There's a lot of things I don't understand. But you're eventually going to have to go through it some point in your life, right? If you can live life without fucking learning anything, you will live in a perfect world. You would live in a world with no fucking hesitation at all. You just think it, it becomes it. Okay, that's heaven. That's how Earth should have been. And that's the problem.
Screw you! And screw the timekeeper!
Make them pay for that!
Dude, that missile thing does so fucking good. I love that skill. But these are the things that happen in life, no matter what you do. So anyway, so we were sitting there, and this dude was working that. We were holding on some easy fried foods. Like it was like very like desserts and that. And so we're sitting there, we're holding, and we were telling the person like, hey, hurry up and get it done now because we're holding on it. Instead of like sitting there and be like, okay, yes sir, I'll get it done. He sits there and he complains about it. So don't tell me what to do. I'm like, wow, that's some childish ass shit, bitch. I'm like, motherfucker, you are at work. Like, how do you sit there and say such childish shit like that at work? You make yourself look like a fucking pussy. No offense, to how the person was raised and that, because I don't know, and honestly, I don't give a fuck, because it ain't none of my fucking business, but when you're in the public eye and that, you can be judged however you're going to be judged. So when you're sitting there at work and that, people are going to fucking judge you. That's how life is. Period. This is like my favorite pistol. What do I have on here? Oh, sniper mode? Nah, that's stupid. But this is what people intentionally do. And so he was pouting that, make up all these fucking bullshit excuses about, like, you're trying to control me, and, you know, talk about he's enslaved and shit like that. I'm like, you're a black dude. You're saying you're enslaved because you have to fucking work. What the fuck? Really?
Wow, my lucky day. Still, something seems off.
Very clever, Vault Hunter. It seems you survived the first of my deadly diversions.
That voluntarily
Just because you're a black dude, you have to work, and then you say it's enslavement. So you don't have to work, you can just get paid sitting on your ass.
Not cute. Cut this crap
Are you
out.
fucking serious? Like, so you applied for a job to make money, but you don't want to work because you think it's enslavement.
Hey, your boys are dead. Hope it was worth it.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. I don't need to work, bro. You just pay me because I'm here. What a fuck? What a moron. You usually sign a contract. You sign an application, which is considered a contract. You agree to it. What the fuck are you trying to say? That makes no sense. You're an idiot. That's just stupid. So you brought up all this stuff, and it was just the stupidest, cringiest thing. So we all talked about it. Everybody was talking about it. You know, a whole overnight cruise was like, dude, what the fuck? This dude's such a fucking... He's such a terrible person. He's sitting there hating on, you know, white people because they're white and saying all these things that they're like slurs to a certain extent to white people, and that trying to make us, you know, feel like that we don't exist and that it's all of our faults, that his life is ruined, that his life is bad. It's all our fault, you know, basically, that, you know, whatever the fuck happened to him is because of, you know, people that never really did anything to him. Oh no, facts and proof don't matter. So we had a conversation about it, and I told them, like, it doesn't matter what you say to him, you can't compromise with a fucking race baiting emotional person. If a black person's race baiting, you say, you know what, fuck off, leave me alone. If they start complaining about it and saying because I'm black, then you sit there, it's like, bro, if it's because you're black, then you still be in fucking shackles, you moron. It's not because you're black, it's because of the way you act. Okay? Pussies blame it on everybody else besides themselves. That's everybody that is a pussy. That's everybody that's weak-minded. That's everybody that's emotionally ill, so to speak. No, it's lack of fucking discipline. You're not teaching yourself how to get over things. Your mind adapts to everything that happens to you. You don't just sit there and just think that your mind never learns. You think you're just a fucking idiot for the rest of your life? No. That's a big pumpkin. I want to play with the pumpkin. What pumpkins? Pumpkin.
Think only of the order. There is a disease plaguing this world.
Restricted areas should be avoided.
I need to sneeze.
Not because the city has anything to hide, but because it's gross and
No. But that's what it is. And I'll be sitting there like, dude, don't you understand what you're fucking saying? You're bitching and moaning because you're waiting for your paycheck. And the closer it gets to the paycheck, the more you just stop working. The more you start sitting there. Because as soon as anybody comes in and says, you know, I was like, oh, I just wonder when we're getting paid. How you say it matters. But when you start complaining about people try to explain it, like, bro, you're probably not going to get paid for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, bro? Why is that? And I'm like, Guys, it's always 3 weeks. If you start on the pay period, you gotta wait till that following pay period. The first is 3 weeks. So you work 2 weeks and you get paid that next week. It's always 3 weeks. That's how the cycle goes. After that cycle, then you get paid every 2 weeks. It's always 1 week off. But you never worked a job in your whole entire life? I mean, I'm sure that you did. And this is where the biggest thing comes in. And this is what everybody was talking about. We all talk about. He talked about, his life and that. I said, okay. The things you do in your life and how you act are two different things. You could be a fake fuck motherfucker that sits there. You're trying to please the masses. Because Jesus talks about this in the Bible. He said there's people out there that want to claim faith, but they're not faithful. So let's use the biblical text, what Lord Jesus actually explains about people, and I've listened to many times before, about people like that I'm talking about. Number one, look at all the sins that they create. The baddest of all sins is pride. Pride is a very bad sin. If you're too prideful, you get into all these other little sins, which occasionally people are pride over something. You can be proud of something, but having too much pride in yourself and thinking that God doesn't exist, thinking that God doesn't do anything for you is idiotic to me. So Jesus talks about people can claim that they're faithful, but their spirit's not. So they could put up a reality that's saying like, hey, I'm faithful, I'm this and I'm that, but you don't act upon it. So, number one, how would you look at a person that you would claim to be faithful? That literally, legitimately is saying, I'm trying to become more faithful with my culture or with God, with Lord Jesus Christ. You talk about it. I talk about Jesus off and on. I bring up the word of Christ. Talking about how fake people are in churches. Jesus talked about that with the Pharisees. You guys are snakes. You guys are vipers. You guys live righteous on the outside, but on the inside, you're guilty and greedy and sinful on the inside. He's like, you act high and mighty, but you do all the things everybody else does on the inside, but you hide it. You're secretive about it. I said that's the problem. You claim stuff that you try to be, but you're not. So look at this perspective. This guy's claiming because he's like, oh, I do non-profit stuff and that, he say he was in the military school watching. I'm like, dude, number one, if you were in military school and you didn't learn nothing about how to be a man, then I don't believe you. Because military school is very strict and you wouldn't be fucking 100 pounds overweight. You wouldn't be that fat. I'm sorry. You're lying. It's a fucking lie. That makes no sense. Because it's not that you got fat in 2 years. If I ate an increase for 2 years, I probably would gain maybe like 10 or 15 pounds of fat. Maybe. But that's just like not moving around and shit. This is decades in the making. Yeah, because you eat fat for 1 month and you gain 100 pounds. No. Your genetics have a signature of how much fat you can gain. Because you gain too much fat because you're overly eating. Like some people have that kind of issue because they're genetically inclined for that. Then stop eating so damn much. You have to be able to process that hunger through emotions. Just like some people process not eating through emotions. Like a lot of women tend to do that. They believe they have to be super fucking skinny, they have to be anorexic for people to enjoy them, for men to like them. You have to be super skinny waist, big huge boobs, and a big huge ass. And yes, a lot of these women think that shit. They think that shit all the way up until they're fucking in their 60s. Okay, the hourglass look is a look that you should establish. All it is going to skinny your waist. Not all girls are going to have gigantic fucking tits. No. But just like men, You know, men that work out their pecs makes their waist look skinnier because their shoulders and their pecs and their back are looking bigger. Men are supposed to have a V-tape, a natural V-tape. You don't even have to have gigantic fucking muscles for that. You just have to be skinny. And maybe have a little bit of meat on you. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to explain that I kind of know what I'm talking about with saying, like, yeah, you can do this. Using my knowledge against this person's knowledge. This person said he went to military school. I bet you 100% that you didn't go to, if you went to military school, you probably pussed out on it. I can show by how you're doing it now at work. You're working at a place that's fucking easy as fuck. We don't really do much. Yes, we have to work fast, but it's not a very hard, complex life. The thing that you're thinking of, and I used to do this myself, you're trying to compare yourself to someone else. And I look at the guy's trying to idolize me because he sees something that he wants to be. And I'm like, in real life, a little bit different. Sees I'm a big dude. I look larger than most men, average men. I work out. I do all this stuff. I work really fast. I work really good. So he's trying to, because he kind of explained it to me about that. He kind of like fucked with me that. He respects me. That's fine that you respect me, bro. But I'm not you. And number one, you're just lying about your life. You're trying to mimic me. That's fucked up. It's like, wait a minute, you've never been disciplined your whole entire life? So one of the days, and I know I kind of explained to him, like, dude, just be yourself. Just be who you are, just discipline it. Not everyone's going to fucking like everything that you have to say. Not everyone's going to, that's what I'm trying to explain, like, everybody's different. I said, not everybody's going to be like me, is going to laugh at stupid shit, or just sit there and just, you know, ignore some of the stuff that you say that is, you know, say, like, racist towards white people shit. I'm like, I ignore it because I don't care. I don't care because your personality's not mine. So it's called adjustment. The reason why people care about what other people do and that because they're enraged all the time and they think everything should be about them. Yeah, you act like you're a main character. You watch too much movies. You watch too much Christ conscience bullshit. And you think that you're God yourself, but you can't even fucking sit there and have a good life. You can't even sit there and be in love with them. You can't even sit there and have a relationship. You can't even sit there and have kids or keep a stable job on that. You want to think that you have that you're God because you believe in blah 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 satanic shit. Yeah, Lucifer wants to become God, dumb fucks. Lucifer wants to become like Christ. You guys are following Lucifer, and you guys don't even know that you're doing it because you're too stupid to realize it. Listen to what you got to say. Who wants to become God more than anything? Lucifer. When you say, I want to become God, you're becoming Satan. You're becoming the dragon. You're becoming Lucifer. Lucifer's your butt buddy. He's banging you in your ass saying, ha, 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 you're an idiot. And you guys sit there and like, oh, I'm like, no. You think that you could demand the universe to give you something? Say, who made the universe? Well, God did. So why are you demanding something that God made to give you something? Because I listen to that shit too. Say you should ask God to give you stuff. And that you will receive because the Father is what gives to the children. You ask for stuff. It shall be done. Amen. That's what amen actually is. It shall be done. On earth as it is in heaven. That's the problem. You never ask. You're not asking the real God. You're not asking the living God, the living Trinity. You're asking fake, false gods that don't even exist. It's your own imagination. And people do this shit all the time. Their own imagination. They believe in something they think is going to happen. I said, I didn't start getting more healthier minded. I didn't start changing my life around until I gave myself to Christ. And then my life changed. very fast. I start building more muscle. I start eating better. I start doing better. I start loving myself more. I start loving the world more. I start being more positive than that. Even when negative things do happen to me, I talk about it, I alleviate it, and I move on with my life. That's why I say everything I say has to be more or less work related. I put a lot of biblical text behind it all because that's the whole point of the biblical text, is to put it behind everything that you're doing to understand what Jesus is actually talking about. And he stays true as of today, after 2,000 something years. He still stays true to the word that he says about people. People that go to church are like, they believe that they're higher standard than everybody else. You are not. The only one that's higher than you is God himself. And everybody wants to think that, oh, I got more than you and this and that, I'm higher than you, but you still sin the same way I do. Well, so you're not better. You might technically be better in like a mental state of like, you know something more than me, but you're not a better person. You can say I'm better at lifting weights than most people because I lift weights really hard and I see results more often. Yeah. You could say that. But if someone learns all the stuff that I learned, or someone goes through the cycle of, lifting weights and eating right and that I'm doing, they can see the same results. Does that make us equal? No, because we might not be the same altogether. We might be different still. That's what I'm saying. We're all different. We're all not the same. But when people try to, say, control the life of others, and sometimes, giving out advice is good. Like, when I talk to a man that's overweight, I said, bro, lose weight. And one of the guys working at, I talked about that. He says, yeah, one of the guys we used to talk to in high school, he was fat. We kept saying, hey, fat ass, start running. Hey, fat ass, start doing stuff and that. We're giving you negative stereotypes and say, hey, we're trying to push you to do it. And then now he says, oh, now the dude's ripped. He works out all the time and that. He's got a really nice body and that. And then I'm just like, well, now you're fat. Now he's like, yeah, exactly. Like, that's how it works. And he's being very open-minded about it. I was like, yeah, that's how it actually works. That's why the truth actually matters. When we go down to emotional struggles that people go through and that they say it's mental illness, it's not an illness. You lack discipline. Discipline is just a learning. You learn shit. You get stronger from that. That's a bit better. And that's what it is.
You are all but guests in my everlasting world, here at my pleasure. Behave yourself, or I will show you the door. Fear is natural in the face of what you cannot comprehend. That is why you must trust in me. I alone can steer this world through the storms of uncertainty. The Order stands united, timeless, resolute. But our strength is rooted in concord. Should you falter, should you speak one word of question, step 1 foot out of line, think one independent thought.
Be advised, citizens missing the old days of leisure are reminded to have gratitude for their long vacation. Now, it's time to get to work.
Do not think your timekeeper does not see your neighbors, your aches, your pains. I see you. I see all of you. And I do not forget. It seems some remedial instruction is in order. Now pay attention.
Life is pain. And sometimes, sleep.
That man disemboweled himself, I hear you ask yourselves. Perhaps instead of questioning me, you should question your neighbors. Consistency is key. Chaos is the lock.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to move around a lot and jibber about bullshit. So I was talking about with the guy happened at work. What happened at work? Say what? So the basis of it is that we all had a conversation about it, and all of us start really chumming in that because he was acting like a fucking, he was just acting really dickheadish. And when we listen to people's words, you want to collaborate on what they fucking say and actually be like, okay, so why are you saying these things? Well, I was taught this way. I was taught to think that, you know, people are, everybody's racist towards certain people. And I said, actually, I think people just don't like people.
Substances of any kind, as long as you do drown them.
I'm always gonna say, if you don't like someone and you say you blame it because of the color of their skin, I said, well, that's stupid.
Calder, I'm blocked here. Any ideas on how to get this big door to the rail depot open?
Order security measures are quite rudimentary. Redirect the power flow and it should open.
Calder, I'm in. Where would this capacitor be?
Check the holding bay for priority trains. You'll need to open the secure bulkhead door to access it. Clear out any ruffians and we'll get started cracking in.
But yeah, so as we were all talking about that, we're all just sitting there like, dude, what the fuck's going on with them? And I was like, one guy's like, he's just really fucking ignorant that, like,
what's next?
He's saying things that aren't making any sense. He's trying to say, you know, how righteous he is and all this stuff, and that's to a certain extent. You know, they're trying to, like, state that, you know, blah, blah, this, about this and that. Like, yeah, that's how people fucking are, bro. Like, if you want to believe in something, they truly just don't want to do it in full. They kind of just want to sit there and just be like, oh, well.
More of you jerks? Can't you see I'm busy?
Ah, yes. What the Order lacks in intelligence, it makes up for in irritatingly quick response times. Have at them.
Control roll deleted!
I say. Now, hit the door switch and you'll have access to the holding bay. Excellent. Power restored. Punch the door switch and you'll have access to the holding bay.
Okay, sorry. I just want to finish that part up on that. But yeah, so we were having a good conversation about that, and we were all just saying, like, it's like, dude, it's like he was just so fucking, like, intensely talking about how white people are so bad and all this stuff and that, and blaming, like, all this crap on white heritage and stuff. Like, dude, and I said to all of them, like, bro, he's just a race baiter. He's that kind of guy that feels so bad about himself, instead of blaming it on himself, he blames it on everybody else. And that's what he's trying to fight against. Because when you listen to people that like sit there and they talk to themselves, more or less likely they're trying to reassure themselves that it's not their fault to a certain extent. And some people talk to themselves, more or less likely to try to learn why things happen. So I talk to myself a lot, trying to understand things. And
Sweet. Door's taken care of.
that's the mental illness of it. Even though it's not mental illness, you're just fucking stupid. You're just very ignorant. Because you want to establish stuff that that only you know very little of, and you want to say I know a lot of it because you know like very little of something like about life and that. It's like, well, of course you don't know shit about fucking life.
Zadra?
Because you don't do nothing to know anything. You have to do shit in life. You get to sit there and just be like, oh, well, I know stuff. No, you don't know shit about life because you're not doing nothing.
Because this is last call.
This is all so much for me to process. 1,000 years spent by the Timekeeper's side. In all those centuries, he was constant, unchanging, as steady as a clock. I want to believe this sadistic tyrant isn't the Timekeeper I knew, but my great fear is that he was always this way. That for 1,000 years I was blind. And there will be no changing him now. Do what you must, Vault Hunter.
But yeah, so like one of the guys was saying, we were talking about all this stuff that he does and that. We talked about one of the days that he was sitting there. He was getting mad because we're telling him, what to do. Like, hey, you need to drop this. Drop some product in that because we don't have any. And we need you to drop it because then we're going to be, our times are going to get high or whatever it is because we're trying to keep up with times and that. He drops them. And then he gets a fucking hissy fit about it. And then he sits there and starts to fuss. Like, bitch about it. And he immediately you start showing his true colors now. Like, yeah, because you're fake as fuck, bro. It's very obvious that you're fake. He starts showing his true colors now. His true colors were, don't tell me what to fucking do, bro. Like, okay, well, you could just leave, bro. Bye. Bye. If you want sympathetics, dude, you can go home and go complain to your mommy about how bad life is and that because you made stupid decisions. And like the first thing he want to talk about that he was married now. Like, okay, you're married. First thing you talk about, he's married now, and then he's sitting there, trying to flirt around with girls now. Like, if you're married now, and he says, blah blah blah, like, so you're married and you're trying to hit on girls now. Like, you're married and this is the job that you have. You're married, bro. Shouldn't you be working fucking hard as fuck? Should you be trying to establish something to prove to people that you're not just a fucking lazy asshole that wants to sit there all day and complain about how everything's bad for you? Motherfucker, if I was fucking married and I had a kid coming in, I'd be working all kinds of hours. I'd be working all the damn time. You say stuff in that, but when I look at you, you don't look like a married guy. You said he was married when he was like young. I'm like, you don't look like a married person because a married person doesn't act like that. A married person is very like stern and not a fucking moron. It sits there, he obeys rules. Yeah, you could be a fucking idiot and still obey rules, and I guess to a certain extent because you need the money. But to me, when you're married, especially if it's a marriage that you chose yourself, because you took it out of respect of being a fucking man, you're like, yeah, I'm going to marry this woman because I love her. But as soon as I start talking about love with her, or with him, it instantly turns into a laughing stock. Like, really? You believe in love and that? Like, aren't you the one that's fucking married, bro? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, you're stupid. So now you're just making up shit. Like, now you're just trying to play that Coolio guy. I'm cool in that. How about you stop being cool and start being realistic, dude? What do you have to do? What's your job right now to do? To work here? Okay, to work here. Then why the fuck are you saying all this gobbity-gookity bullshit? Focus on your job. If you want to talk stuff, cool. But don't talk stuff and not do your damn job. Just sit there and complain because the water's too hot. Complain because, I don't take consideration that, I was 4 hours late for work and then made up the biggest fucking excuses in the fucking world about that shit.
You are not worthy of ascension, Vault Hunter. Come closer. Let the flame of judgment cleanse you.
I listened to this shit for many years from people, even from myself. I have to say, it's fucking pathetic. Once you start lying, you never stop lying until you get fucking caught. And your demon will fight tooth and nail to keep you a fucking idiot. Your demon will tell you exactly what you don't want to hear.
It should lock right onto it. But be prepared. There's no going back after this.
What about me? I'll be in targeting range too.
Well, then you'll have to be quick.
It's working!
So easily goaded.
Echo.
Emergency fast travel successful.
You're all right.
Just like new.
He laid a trap for us. He knew to target your Echo.
Maybe you underestimated him.
I've watched him work for 1,000 years. He's slow to react for fear of upsetting the plan. That was...
I'm so sorry. I couldn't break free in time. Wait. What's that? An echo log?
If you're hearing this, I'm dead. Inconvenient, certainly, but the fault rests with me and the Timekeeper alone. From the moment I stepped back into the city, I knew I'd need to account for the possibility. As such, I've left you and the...
Ooh, nice.
Crimson Resistance, a parting gift. In a location called the Data Dump. Trust your friends to help you, Vault Hunter. And good luck.
In your final moments, I need to know you forgave me. My absolution in the data dump. Data dump? I don't understand, Zadra. But I trust you. I'll find it. And I won't let you down.
You think you're special, don't you? What did Zadra say? Everything breaks? Well, I don't. And if my bolt is insufficient, I'll break you with my own bare hands. You have no path forward. I've locked down the Terminus District, and with it, my Ascension Tower. Enjoy your last moments.
Let's open you up.
That was pretty fun. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know, I like seeing her eyes. Her eyes are hot. Just get that.
Let me cut into your flank with my eager, begging knife. Inexorably.
Never gets old.
Oh, I wish this were you.
Time does not relent. Why should I? Experience how good I am. Why don't you ask the timekeeper for help?
Rush, I'm in a jam. I'm on my way to a place called the Data Dump to retrieve something Zadra left for us before she...
Before what? Did something happen to Zadra? Did the timekeeper?
He used me to do it, Rush. It was... Listen, I need your help. If Zadra really did leave a dump of data, I'll need Conway's expertise to sift through it.
Absolutely. Let me know when you get there. We'll do what we can. And hey, I don't care whose finger pulled that trigger. You didn't kill her. You hear me? The timekeeper did. So let's make sure he pays for it.
You're gonna regret trying to fight me. Nobody can get me. So intense. No, the answer. They owed me a smooch. I know this is
You
a
wish
job,
you could
but
control me.
it doesn't feel like work, you know? Stop it!
Rush, Conway. I'm at the data dump. Looks like it's a net cafe? There's a computer here asking for a password.
Maybe it's something to do with the order. Timekeeper, but all the E's are 3's? No. Try your birth year.
Wait, her last words. Everything breaks. Worth a shot.
Password accepted. Information transfer initiated. Whoa. Zadra wasn't kidding. She left us everything. Order databases, command scripts, blueprints, you name it.
I need to get back to the Terminus district. How about a way to lift the lockdown?
Continues to spread. Residents should use their
I
own
think
judgment
so,
when occupying
but
buildings
it's gonna take some elbow
with
grease.
other people.
I need you to make your way to a Ripper encampment nearby. And, fair warning, things are about to get ugly.
What else is new?
Be advised, for your convenience, travel between city sectors has been locked down.
So what exactly am I in for here, Conway?
Well, I'm directing you right into the middle of a Ripper order skirmish with the hope of an Order General showing up. Sorry.
And we want an Order General showing up because?
Because only Order Generals have the authority to override a lockdown. If you want back into the Terminus district, you have to enter the command script into a General's drop pod. Again, sorry.
You will bear it. With retaliation. Avoid our
Embrace the darkness! Tell the timekeeper it was me!
And don't you guys forget it!
Fun!
I hope I get avenged!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm just getting ready. We'll keep on talking. But yeah, so as we were all talking about that, I was just like, bro, it's like, I just like to be legitimate with shit. And we're all, talking about that. I'm like, yeah, it's like, honestly, we were talking to our manager about that, and like, the way he was treating our manager, the way he was kind of like treating us and that, it was probably like, like, what the fuck, bro? It's like, we're not playing that fucking game with you, man. If you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. Like, he's not a bad person. He's pretty cool in that. But it's just the way he was acting. He's getting so offended by random shit. And he was blaming shit on people and that, like, certain things and that, like, not like what we're doing at work and even what we're saying that. He was just blaming us because we were fucking white. And everybody heard that shit. Like, dude, you work with a lot of European, like, Irish, German descended people. Some of us are Italian. Some of us are, Mexican and that, all that shit and that. One thing she says, like, am I the only black person here? I'm like, no, we have another black person. He's like, well, am I the only black male here? We're all like, why the fuck does it matter? It's like me saying, am I the only Irish person here? I know I'm the only Irish person there. Like, I'm not understanding, like, and we're all just saying, like, that's the stupidest fucking thing ever. That's so pure fucking ignorance. And then we said, yeah, you want to sit there and say you go to nonprofit, you do all this good shit and that to try to say that you're doing good stuff, but look how you act towards people. All you do is establish, I'm black, you're white, you're gray, you're purple, and that. And I had a conversation with them about it, like, why do you even care? Because people are going to treat me different. Yeah, people are going to treat you different because of the way that you are, dumbass. What you're doing, your actions. If you establish that, saying like that slavery happened because you were black, no, slavery happened because someone from Africa was an ignorant fucking asshole and he sold his people for fucking goods and services. That's it. Blame it on your fucking ancestors that sold your ass, dumbass. Blame it on the royal high capital people and that sit there all day and make money off of fucking doing, slave trades and shit. Blame those motherfuckers. Don't blame everybody else. Because they bought the goods and service from slavery and that, because that's how it was back then. But the good people of the United States abolished it because it was stupid, because you're a human being just like everybody else. The only reason why he abolished it because it was God's demand. God doesn't want anyone to be like, because we're all part of his lineage. We're all his children. That's the reason why it most likely got abolished. It's always the same stuff with people that have that mentality. I'm just like, man, I'm like, shut the fuck up about that shit, bro. Like, just shut up about it. I don't want to fucking hear you complain about something that you never went through yourself. That's the problem right there. You never went through it yourself, and you're complaining about something that you think that you're truly believing that you're going through right now. Why the fuck did you want? Why do you want to go through a slave existence? And you must say, "Yeah, I am enslaved." Like, who teaches you this shit? Probably your parents, probably one of your uncles or someone in your life, and that's preaching this shit to you. And you want to establish that everybody's this and everybody's that, and everybody's this and everybody's that. It's all bullshit. Like, you're just lying to yourself. Whew. Got a lot of caffeine in my system. But yeah, it's just getting old. It's 2025. It's almost 2026. And you're still talking about slavery. You're still talking about racist this, racist that. And women are doing the same thing. Saying women were oppressed back then. Like, no, women weren't oppressed back then. Women did their fucking jobs back then. They worked. They survived back then. You know, it wasn't clearly just about making money. Because women even worked back then. They worked in offices. They did specific things. They got paid certain things and that. You get paid with fucking results. And I tell you what, there was a lot. Some women back there worked harder than you bitches ever did your whole entire life. They worked hard in construction. They were in this stuff and that. They ate like fucking men. They built up a tolerance towards shit and that. Not just sit there and complain because their vagina hurts. These bitches would work on their fucking periods. They would work while they're fucking pregnant in pain and shit. Because you want to know why? Because that's what men do every single motherfucking damn day. I'm always in pain. Something's always hurting on me. These women get a fucking little burn on them. They're like, oh my god, my burn, my nails hurt and shit. And like, dude, I fucking cut my shit up all the damn time. I just push past it. You know, they say, well, that's because you're a man. Exactly. So, you know, if you were a real woman, you wouldn't be crying either because you know you have a fucking period. And every time a woman brings up a damn period, I'm like, I don't care. Well, you don't care. No, I don't care because I have to deal with that type of shit every damn day of my life. I gotta deal with ridicule. I gotta deal with other fucking asshole fucking men. I can't just sit there and just get away with it because men don't want to fight me. That's what you get when you're a woman. You get that privilege. Men want to protect you more than they want to fight you. But when a woman gets out of hand and does stupid shit, yeah, a man's going to retaliate by telling you to fuck off. Your feelings going to hurt in that? That's fine. I'd rather have your feelings hurt than having you get slapped in the face. I'd rather tell you how it is and have you cry about it than it is to discipline you with physical harm. That's how most men are. Same thing with men with bitch boys. Bitch boys. I'm not going to have to fucking get in a fight with you because you ain't strong enough to do shit. You're all talk and no fucking bite. So what I do is I confront you, and when you confront someone that's being a dick towards you, what happened the other day now, I confronted one of my guys I'm working at, and I asked him, like, why the fuck you mad at me? He put his head down, he's like trying to like walk away and shit. Overly hyping emotions. Instead of shutting up and actually listening, He overly emotionalized. And I'm like, yeah, you're overly emotionalized because you're a fucking bitch. I don't want to hear you emotionalized because your life sucks now because you got a bitch fucking pregnant, that you're dealing with all these problems that now. And now you're like arguing with her over bullshit and that you don't know what to do. Maybe you shouldn't put your fucking dick at her like a fucking teenage horn boy and bust a nut on her, bro. Dumbass. That's your own stupidity. Because now you're regretting what you're doing because your little pee-pee got hard and you decided to fuck some chick that you're overly attracted to. Did not anyone ever teach you decency? Now everyone teach you like, oh, now maybe we should get into an actual relationship. Maybe this should be, yeah. You're learning by a cultural bunch of fucking retards saying it's okay to fuck a random person and not be in love and not be married to them just so you get your nut off. And women are doing the same thing. That's why birth control got invented. Birth control didn't get invented to help out with periods and all that bullshit. Birth control truly got invented to keep women whores. Because that's the biggest thing people worry about is getting pregnant. If you don't worry about getting a woman pregnant, then you could bust them all day long. That's why society changed so much. We rely on just lusting all the time. Go back to what I'm saying about, people that are just emotionally incapable. You want to say, like, it's emotionally immaturity? I guess you could say it like that. People that have lack emotional indecency, they lack emotional strength, they lack emotional control, are normally the weakest people in society. It's not saying you can't get upset over something that you believe in. It's not saying you can't talk about something and get a little loud with it. It's saying you can't do stuff because of other things. So I can't say something happened at my house and I bring that to work and I emotionalize at work. What you do at your house is what you go do at work. If I'm athletic as fucking that, I lift a lot of weights, I move really fast, I'm going to use that at work. If I sit around all day and bitch about my fucking life and shit, and I bring that to work, you're always going to bring that. You can't separate private life from work life. You should, but you can't. I don't know how many people always talk about all this stuff in life and that. I talk about a little bit of things that I do in that. But all my shit's the same shit. I stream, I talk about stupid shit, I talk about psychology, I talk about the biblical, word of God and that. I talk about what happens at work and that. When people do ignorant shit, I talk about, the reasons why they do those things and that, because it interests me. It all comes down to almost the same conclusion. Emotional immaturity, lack emotional control. It's all emotional. They don't like themselves. They hate themselves. You ask them why you hate yourself. Because I don't know what to do with my life. It's because you need guidance. Stop listening to Taylor Swift, stupid hoe ass. Bitch is like almost 40. It's time to cut off the Taylor Swift shit. She was good when she was younger. When she, was, I guess she's still the same attraction, but she's just old. Probably has a huge booty hole from all the fucking dick she got shoved in her ass, I guess. I don't know. She's been with fucking like 80 dudes. Well, the point of it is, stop idolizing. You women are always want to idolize emotionally uncontrolled people that you want to idolize people that don't matter. I was listening to this one YouTube video, and it was talking about what God interprets in the Bible and that what we should not worship other than Him. He brought up the zodiacs. So number one, anyone that worships zodiacs, you're satanic, you're into witchcraft, you're into idolatry, you're literally a terrible fucking person. It's like, well, I could be a good person. No, when you establish something like that, you literally are demonic and you're a satanic person. The Bible is very, very clear. If you actually read it, it's very, very clear why them things matter. Them things, God made the stars in the sky. You don't worship the zodiacs because they weren't there made by the heavenly bodies and that. They were made by God. The Maker made them for us to enjoy. He made them to guide us. But when you worship those fucking stars, they become a deity. You're not worshiping the true God. You're worshiping a fake God that you made up, that someone made up, that someone pushed the narrative for. It became a culture. It became a religion. It became a cult. And now we all starting to understand, because I'm starting to understand it more than tarot cards, witchcraft, worshiping objects. Literally putting a lot of emotions into objects, money, everything else other than God is the reason why your life's the way that it is. Because those demons, they attach themselves to you when you start worshiping on things because you don't have protection. So they make you worry about things. I would say there's nothing I really put my mind into. Maybe my lifting a little bit, because I like lifting. But I love God. Why would I need anybody else? I love Jesus for all the things that he did and said that were actually true. Why would I need anybody else? You know, I have a family. I honor them. I love my family and that. But they're part of God too. Because we're all his children. I have faith in the things that he gives me. I have faith in people that I meet. That he gives me. That's what Jesus keeps talking about and to his disciples. Do you not have any faith in God? He said, you know, told the wind to calm down. He silenced the water. All the stuff disappeared. And he told his disciples, why don't you have faith? Why are you afraid? That's how hard it is for humans. That's how scary it is to have demons around you. They make you afraid of everything. They make you worry about everything. Them conscious little spikes in your mind and that are demonic whispers telling you this stuff. Like when I talk to myself, I have a huge belief that I'm talking to God. We interact all the time together. I may not notice that 100% when I was younger than that, but now what the Bible states, God interacts with you quite a bit. He doesn't do it in loud, banging, thunderous voices and that, like people try to say. Yeah, when he comes into the physical world, he's an invisible God. If he came into the physical world now, you stomp around that, but like, oh, I'm God the Father. Everybody would bow, but that's not how he wants it. Because he never established that. When you read in Genesis, free will was the first thing he gave all of his angels and everything that he made. He gave everything free will. Because without free will, you can't love. Because love is a certitude. It's a faithfulness. You have faith. You love what he does. You love what your parents do. You love what your wife does, and vice versa. You love what your children do. To discipline them, to not control them. Discipline them is given what? You give them the word of God. That's a disciplined thing. Anyone that's been disciplined by the Bible and that, and going through and just reading just the Gospels and that, understanding certain passages and verses and that, you will live life way more perfectionate because you would have God literally by your side. And that's how I lived when I was younger than that. And I loved my life. But when I started growing up and being a teenager and that, I started getting away from it, I started going towards the worldly things, my life was miserable. It wasn't because of everybody else. It wasn't because of anybody else. It was because of me. It's your own damn fault that your life sucks. It's your own damn fault that you make these mistakes. I lived a life of torment for like 15 years. I stopped praying. And finally, probably in the last, like, I don't know, 5-6 years in that, I started praying. I said, please take this anxiety away. I do not want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't like it. I can't control it. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter how much CBD I take. I used to take CBD oil in that. I just couldn't do it on my own. And that's the whole point. That's what Jesus keeps saying. It's like you can't do it on your own because the demons don't listen to you. They listen to me. Until you build up that faith in that, them demons are going to haunt you because you don't have faith that I am there. You're not still. You're not trying to let me work. You're not trying to let me do anything because your mind's clouded. That's the free will. He only enters in when you give him. That's funny. The God, the Almighty God, the Maker, he only enters in your life 100% when you give in to him. When you say, take it. So when you say you have control over what God does, to a certain extent you do, because you have to be the one to accept it. Isn't that pure mercy? Isn't that how God interprets the Bible, how he is? Because Jesus said that all the time. So every time you look at anything in life and that, when I look at all these people that have all these problems now, like the guy at work and that, he's all like, I don't want to follow rules and that, blah, 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 blah. But Jesus says otherwise. Jesus says to respect people, to love thy neighbor, to tell people like, hey, respect. I respect you. You're never going to walk into a job where everybody's going to fucking like you. You're going to pick and choose who you're going to be friends with. You're going to pick and choose who you're going to talk to. I pick and choose who I talk to now. I only talk to my actual overnight crew, maybe a couple people that I work with that work overnight with me off and on. So the actual overnight crew. We all connect. And some of the people there, it's hard for them to connect with people. And they finally express themselves, and they're tired of it. One of the guys I work with now, cool ass dude. I'll call him out. His name's Jacob. Coolest dude I've ever met. A little short dude with a fat ass mustache. Coolest fucking dude ever. Some guy I can play video games with and just laugh and talk about the stupidest fucking shit. He was having issues with speaking up. And then I came in and I started talking. I started arguing with these stupid ass fucking people. I started establishing and putting my motherfucking foot down half the time and telling people to shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk to you. You like stop talking about that stuff. Like disagreeing with them because no one else. Some people won't because they're scared. So I don't need to be scared because you're wrong and you're doing stuff that's ignorant and fucking stupid. You shouldn't do that stuff. Just stop talking about it. You keep on regurgitating shit because you want your life to be miserable. Well, guess what? Keep it to your fucking damn self then. Hearing these bitches complain, talk about the women I work with, they complain about their fucking life. They complain about every damn thing. They're always complaining. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, why are you talking? You're talking about stuff. Talk about how good life is. Talk about what you do in your life. Well, I don't do anything. Well, that's the problem right there. You don't do anything. So you have nothing to talk about. You have to talk about everybody else's life. That's cool. I talk about people's life when they give me information that I think it's cool and that. Like Jacob and that. I love the kid. I'll shout out to Justin. That Justin's cool. I'll shout out to my manager Harris and that. They're all cool people. That Harris has got he's got some emotional growing to do because he's young and that. I don't think he's been through a whole lot of shit like everybody else has. So he's still learning and give him props. At least he's trying. Everybody else, Justin, open-minded like me. Jacob, same thing. Jacob's girlfriend Kate, kind of the same thing. She's very quiet and that. She's she laughs at our jokes and that. She's very jokative and shit. We're starting to establish in a front. Shout out to my boy Tyler and that. Kind of the same thing. He's the first one that kind of like communicated about the other guy and that, saying he's ridiculous. He's super hateful and like he keeps bringing up all this race shit. He's like, how ignorant is he? He wants to establish that he's not an ignorant person because he does charity work and that, but his actions are completely the opposite. Like, yeah, that's how it works. That's how people do it. They put themselves on a pedestal, but the thing is, you're idolizing yourself. Fuck, are you idolizing nothing? You're a damn mortal. You ain't God. And that's the problem. You gotta say that's why we have all these damn issues and that. Saying, well, yeah. You want to idolize your fucking self. Idolatry is a true thing. So I'm starting to build a huge relationship with these people now. We're starting to get closer now. I'm not saying I would hang out with them outside of work and that because I don't know what outside of work is going to be. But maybe one of them I do. But we all talked about it. So my buddy Jacob and that, he called out all the drama at work and that. He said, man, these bitches got all this drama. I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. I call them out on their bullshit. One lady was working at, she would get mad over stupid shit. And I'd be like, really? And I'd walk away from her, and she'd pout on that. But the biggest thing that she always said, because she's a satanic fucking bitch. She's a terrible person. Have mercy upon her soul, God. But the way she acts and that, she does witchcraft and that, and she's already into Satan's fucking, believes in satanic rituals and shit. So she's a satanic bitch, and it's just like it's disgusting. Do I say that she's a bad person? No, I don't think she's a bad person. When she actually speaks her heart, she's actually pretty cool. But she's super manipulative, and the way that people talk explains their life. You don't leave everything inside your head. Your actions normally speak like your head is. So, one of the times that we were sitting in that, and she thought it was funny that I was mad at her. And she was trying to manipulate me and say these words. I heard this shit before. And she was like, oh, did you get mad at me? Like, trying to be, like, all sarcastic and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you trying to, like, tempt me to get angry with you and that because you're a fucking retard? No, I'm talking about what happened at work and that. We had a situation that our overnight crew people were talking about one of the new trainees and that. And the new trainee guy is kind of being disrespectful towards us, and especially, he's being disrespectful towards our manager and that. And so we kind of were all talking about that. So we all made notes. In that. So he's going to send it to our GM and that because the dude's been saying, like, kind of like racial comments and that, saying that you're enslaving me, that, don't tell me what to do, like all this fucking hypocritical fucking shit. And we're all just saying, like, dude, all you gotta do is drop some food in a fucking fryer, and you're trying to say that I'm enslaved. No, motherfucker, you're just lazy. Because he's a black dude. Like, yeah, if you're black, you say that you're enslaved, then by all means, just don't have a job. We don't want anybody to work with us that does that shit. Because we just want to work. Like, if you're coming to work and trying to establish that I deserve reparations and that because of the color of your skin, I said, bro, my ancestors weren't even in the slave trade. My ancestors weren't even in that shit and that. None of our ancestors were in it. Why are you blaming everybody else for the shit that happened 300 years ago? Why do you even care? You're not like that now, are you? Oh, I still think that I am. Yeah, you still think you are now because you're just lazy. You're a lazy dude in that, and you want to sit there and blame your laziness on everybody else. I mean, the setting's high with some people and that. So we were all talking about that, and like, yeah, we all talk to our manager like we're supposed to when shit happens. You want a lot of witnesses because everybody worked with this person. That we all heard certain things that we all talked about it, and so we're all gonna put our stuff down and say, hey, yeah, this dude's being fucking ignorant as fucking that. He doesn't want to work in that. He can't do dishes for shit. I mean, yeah, we have to train him on stuff and that, but like he doesn't want to fucking work. And like the closer he gets to his paycheck, which is coming up this next week, he's gonna get his paycheck and that. He's complaining about how much he should get paid in that. He's like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get paid that much in that. Oh, your manager, people are taking my hours away and all this bullshit. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean people taking your hours away, bro? You clock in, you clock out. They have to pay for it. It's a federal state law. And you got a little quiet with them. Like, you're fucking just kind of just really stupid, bro. Like, do you not understand how this shit actually works? Or you just like this is like your first actual fucking job? I understand that if you don't know how to obey rules and you think everyone's trying to hunt you down, like you're running through the fucking forest and that or jungle and that, because that's what these African people like to say that's what happened in Africa. They caught you with nets and no, motherfucker, you guys got sold on a damn ship. Your African overlord just sold you off to almost everybody they could just to make fucking profit off you. That's the actual truth of it. They weren't chasing around with nets and shit. That's fucking stupid. That's actually a historical fucking bullshit. Because I went through a history major. She was a black slave history major. And she literally talked about in detail about all the stuff in that. And they're like, that's not what actually happened. That's fucking lies. They're just making up shit. So the whole point of it is, so we all wrote down a bunch of stuff in that. And the dude sags a lot. His butt's always hanging out and stuff and that. And I'm like, bro. And one of the guys, I guess he went to prison for a little bit now. And he said, know where that came from, right? I'm like, yeah. Gay people, gay guys that want to establish they want to get fucked in the ass in prison. They're not gay, but they establish that because it shows a sign of weakness. Anyone that sags like that shows signs of weakness. It's not a proper thing to do. Some people think it's all good, listen to that. And like, dude, you're not even fucking ghetto, bro. Like, you don't act ghetto. You're like a righteous person trying to claim you're ghetto. Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, his butt's all showing that. It's like, no offense, the gayest shit I've ever seen. Like, why are you showing off your fucking ass cheeks towards everyone? Your butt's literally like flopping out of your fucking pants and shit. It's fucking disgusting. I don't want to see that wretched fucking smelly ass. No, bro. Cover that shit up. You have pants for a reason. You're supposed to pull that shit up above your butt. And you're walking around with your booty all hanging out like a fucking, like a faggot, basically, you know? And you want to say that you're not gay. I'm like, that's pretty gay stuff, bro. So everyone's complaining about that. Like, every time like we see him, that's like, dude, it's the most inappropriate thing. Like, you're at work. You're working. You know, we have like, sometimes we have like children that come in, and I promise you, if a parent saw you like hunched over for some reason that and your booty was hanging out and the kids were seeing your fucking ass crack in that, 100% you'd be fired immediately. And people would probably sit there and complain about it. Exactly. And we're all just like talking about this, like, dude, pull up your fucking damn pants. You wear these tiny ass jeans and you can barely fucking walk. You wobble around like a fucking duck. Like some dude just blasted you in your ass. And you're sitting there, have a belt on, and your shit's below your fucking waist, like right at your fucking cock and ball line. And like, of course people are going to react to that. And you're trying to flirt around with every fucking bitch you get a hold of because you're just that massively, like, perverted fucking kind of dude. Because you're massively overweight. You know you can't get bitches because you're fucking, like, 280 pounds, if not close to 300 pounds. And you're walking around trying to, like, be this main character in your head off an anime. Thinking that you could persuade women with talking to them. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Any woman that's gonna look at you is gonna be like, I'm sorry, bro. You're massively unhealthy. Wait a minute, you can't judge me because I'm fat. Absolutely, I can because it's a preference. If a woman judges me because of my hair, it's a preference. I can't say nothing about it. I mean, I can, but like, I can't sit there and change the person's mind. Like, well, you should like my hair because it's beautiful. No, that's not how it works. That's what free will is. You could interpret life however you want to. And that's one of the things guy does with me now. He was always like bragging about my muscles and shit. It's the fucking weirdest thing ever now. He's all like, oh man, you got muscles and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I lift weights all the damn time, bro. And like, he's like, how can I look like you and that? I'm like, well, you're going to have to work out hard and get a good diet going. That's the only way. Like, you're idolizing me. And it's kind of weird. And I'm like, bro, maybe you shouldn't idolize people. Maybe you should idolize God, because God's the only one that can help you out. God helped me out. Jesus helped me out. Now I'm doing the things I want to do. And I love it. Which right now I'm probably going to leave here in a little bit to go to the gym. Not right now, probably in the next like 30, 40 minutes. But yeah, so our manager wrote down a note and that, gonna send it to our GM and that. Because that's what we do as a team. We critique each other to make it better. And they sit down and talk to him that, you're going to start seeing the whole entire hatred of him come out. And immediately he's going to start he's going to say, he already said it before. He says, I'm the only black male here, so he should be treated with like the most like honorable respect because of his skin color. And immediately he's going to start saying, well, I think everybody's racist here and they treat me like a slave and that stuff and that. And our GM's going to be like, no, they literally told you to do something because they want you to drop something. You got mad because of that. It's like you're at work. Like, we're paying you to do work. And he's going to end up quitting. He's going to end up, well, I'm not going to work anymore. Okay, well, I mean, you don't do nothing anyway. I mean, you're not a bad person. I had actual conversations with him about stuff and that. Like, you're not a bad person. You're just misled. You're going through a confusing route of not knowing who the fuck you are. We go by what you do at work. If you're lazy and you're complaining, as soon as someone tells you drop something, like, yes, sir, we all drop it. But we all respect each other. Even people that don't really like each other. One of the guys I'm working at, he said something stupid and was thinking I was, I guess, talking stuff about him. I fucking don't know. These guys are a bunch of pussies anyway. And he got mad at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are you mad at me? Bro, because all you do is talk shit and all that stuff and that. I'm like, dude, it's like, I didn't even say nothing to you, bro. It's like, I barely even talked to you. I was trying to compromise with this band. I don't even talk to you, bro. We barely worked like a couple hours ago. I barely ever talked to you at all anyway. You don't respond to me. Like, you just don't talk to me that much. I'm like, bro, it's like, you're just saying random shit. And then, my manager started getting frustrated with me and that because he overly assumed stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? And I try to ask them. I'm like, dude, what did I say? What am I saying to people that we don't all talk about? It's like, well, people are just getting tired of this and that, this and that. Like, getting tired of what? You all talk shit about everybody else too. I hear it myself, so you can't. Number one, what did Jesus say? For the one that sins throws the first stone. Which means you're a full-fledged motherfucking hypocrite if you think that I'm the only one that does it. And I kind of threw that out there. I mean, I didn't say that, but I threw out that reference. Like, you can't say anything when you all do the same shit. And then I try to confront this guy in that. And I asked him, like, why are you mad at me, bro? Like, what the fuck's going on? And he wouldn't say nothing to me. I'm like, okay, so now you're going to be sitting there being a bitch about it. And now you're going to back down because now I'm actually confronting you. And then after that, he was the one actually starting to talk crap and saying lies right in front of me, basically, on the other side of the thing. And so I walked outside. I'm like, man, fuck this shit, bro. You guys are fucking stupid. You guys are really actually getting on my fucking nerves. I'm about to beat someone's fucking ass. Like, you're enraging a very strong fucking dude. I don't give a fuck if your emotions think you're high and mighty. Your anger gives you that 5% more strength, motherfucker. I don't care. I'm going to smash your fucking face and you're really pissing me off. So you can literally go fuck off. Like, you're a fucking idiot. So I went outside and I called up one of the other, I called one of the ladies now because this is why, the reason why I call this one specific woman that, because she's the one that tells everybody everything. She's always saying stuff to start drama at the place because very obviously, because I hear about it from everybody, honestly. And I said, I'm not talking to her about anything anymore. I don't talk to her about nothing. I barely bring up anything because she snitches on everybody. And I caught her multiple times doing it. I'm like, damn, you're the most untrustworthy woman I've ever seen. You just literally have a shitty ass life and you have to comment. Someone tells you something private because they think you're a cool person. No, you're a fucking demon and you are a lying demon. You're a dramatized bitch. And I can't talk to you anymore. I just don't talk to her or the other girl that I work with because they're all chatterboxes. I can't tell them the truth to save my life. I can't say nothing. No one can say anything because they all chatter towards the person. They all talk to that person straight. It's, oh, I heard this thing about this thing. And I get it. I do to a certain extent. But I ask why they say that towards you. I tell the actual what the words people say. I don't try to make it in my favor to be like, look at me, I got attention because I gave you the answer to something. Yeah, sometimes you talk about things to clarify why people are being assholes towards people. But they'll never say that to the person that they're assholes towards. Because they know it's not true. They're just making up shit because of their own fault. So they're fucking ignorant and stupid and pieces of shit people. They'll never admit to that person that they are. But they'll tell everybody else is like that. See how it works? So anyway, I'm talking to her now. I'm like, okay, so I'm hearing that everyone's saying I'm talking shit about you and all that stuff. And now I'm like, I'm clarifying it right now. And that's like, if I ever am hurting you now, it's like, I'm sorry. No, I know my personality very well and that's just how I am. So I just won't talk to you anymore, basically. And same thing with the other person, that because they're related. I said, I apologize to her for all the things that I say there that she thinks at me. And I'm just not going to talk to her anymore. Because you're all too fucking emotional and you think everybody fucking hates you. That's because you hate yourself. Okay, I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm about ready to leave too. I might as well get going pretty soon. You have a good workout. Oh yeah, it'll be alright. There's always drama. That shit's like flies on shit to me. You should know that. There's always something fucking stupid happen at work. No matter where, even if I work by myself, stupid shit always happens. But when I started coming out and confronting this stuff, then I started seeing other people that I was working with start to come out and confront things with me. Like my boy Jacob, he came up to me one day and he was kind of like, he's like, yeah, talk to you about something. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, bro, let's talk. And he was just like, it's like, bro, you know, there's a lot of drama in this place. Oh, it's like, I know. I see it all the time, and it's just a bunch of bitches complaining about shit. And it's mostly the females that we work with. It's a big old trio of drama, and one of them already left. So hopefully we're, if they don't start disciplining themselves in that, more or less like they're gonna get emotionally overloaded and they're gonna leave too. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with overly emotional people leaving. They're always the first ones to fucking quit jobs because they can't handle the stress of that they're not the only one there. That they're not the only one that can emote. And that's what normally happens. It's like I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with that your lack of discipline at work. Because one of the young ladies that we work with in that, she can be very lazy sometimes. She has a problem with, let's say, like doing dishes and that. So we're trying to get her to discipline her more because you have to do stuff. Like if there's shit that has to be done, you can't put off on someone else that does it because it has to be done. Then why are you here working then? Like when this person, because me and the manager talked about it, and like a couple of people talked about that. We talked about that. I said, bro, I'm like, you just need to tell her, like, you need work. You can't sit down and go on your fucking phone and text message people that whatever the fuck you do on your phone, that's your own personal business. You can't go sit down because you don't have anything to do. Wait a minute, you don't have nothing to do? Well, there's always dishes to do. There's always lobbies to sweep, and there's always stuff to do. Yeah, every once in a while, if we get all of our shit done, then you can rest. Because that's how it works. When you get your work done, when all the dishes are done, and you got the lobby done, you got your secondary job shit done, your side job shit done, and you're waiting for your main job to get activated again because you're waiting, say, for customers and that, then yeah, you can sit on your ass until that happens because everything else is done. But when that side job's not done, a side job, which means you get it done if your main priority job is slow, or if it's just not, it's at a standstill for that time being. Then once you get your side shit done, whenever there's a standstill with the main job, then guess what? You could sit on your fucking ass and wait for that shit. But you can't do it when there's side jobs to be done. And that's why we're trying to train everybody like that, because that's what I do. That's what almost everybody else does. And like, we're trying to keep the ball rolling. Because the only reason why you're at work is to work. The only reason why you're doing this is because you want to get paid. But when you slack that doing it, then people are going to start to sit there and be like, why the fuck are you even here? You can go home 2 hours early because you're not doing nothing. And then they get mad. I'm like, well, there's dishes. Do you want to do? And then, oh, you know, this person, you know, I love this person. Actually, she's pretty cool in that. Me and her get along very well in that, but, you know, discipline's not there 100%. And that's my main priority in the job that I'm working at. I discipline people. I'm not a manager, no, but I don't give a fuck. I say it because it saves your job from losing it. Because you guys get raises every 6 months. You guys are going to constantly make a little bit more money if you stay here. There's a max amount of money that an employee can make before they get upgraded to a manager. So if you sit there and you work good and that, you get better raises. If you work really good in that, then management accepts you to being a good worker. That's all it is. So I say from my standpoint that, and I talked to my manager about it, I was like, I critique people. Maybe because I'm older than that? Probably. Oh man, I'm gonna shit here pretty soon. Oh man. Oh. What I'm saying is I critique people in that because I don't want people to fall. I don't want people to sit there and lose their jobs because they can't work the damn shit. So I critique them. I tell them, like, bro, you need to keep doing stuff. Stop emotionalizing and just focus on your job. Because when you emotionalize too much, you focus less on your job when you're focused on your emotions so damn much. I'm training myself with this stuff. And sometimes I have emotional peaks and shit. Oh, that's where it's coming from. Oh, that's pretty cool. And no, and I understand why I have them now. So I sit there and change my focus over to my job. I put on my earbud, and sometimes I don't even play music. I just put it on because it cops out all the noise. Just like Jesus said, when you're in silence, you focus on what needs to be done more. So if you block out all the noise and that, and you just zone out and focus on the stuff that you need to do, your emotions don't matter. Nothing attaches to anything. And then Jesus wasn't lying. So he says silence and listen to God. Talk to God. Woo, my caffeine. Man, that shit's high as a kite. But yeah, I'm going to get going on that. Okay. I'm just waiting because I need to blow ass pretty soon. I always do this. Just gotta get the shit out of my system and that because I don't like going to I don't like going to the gym, farting, and feel like I have to take a dump in that because ripping ass at the gym is just disgusting. Especially with a lot of people around that. I don't want people smelling my crap. But yeah, so we're all of us are trying to establish this front. We're trying to establish the worker front. We're standing together as one, and we're trying to critique people based upon the actions that they do. And it's so if you don't do your job on that, you're gonna get critiqued, and the whole entire group's gonna agree with it. We all talk about it, and the people are gonna be like, "Well, you're just talking about just me," because you're the one that's doing that shit. We're critiquing you so you can get better. If you sit there and you scream and shout and get pissed off in that, I said, well, then you can just go home. We're not going to have you sit here and scream and shout and yell because you have temper tantrums like a 5-year-old because you were never fucking disciplined. That is a private matter, not a fucking work matter. We're here to work to make money. If you don't want to make money in that, then bye. Bye. Get the fuck out. Bye, Felicia. Like, that's the problem with work. Yeah, people that want to work just want to make money. I go to work. I go to work because I need it. I need the money to a certain extent for bills paying and stuff like that. You know, that's what it all comes down to. In the world. In the heaven sense, I need God more than anything else. In the worldly sense, yeah, I do need money. Do I worship my money? No, I don't care about my money. But I need to survive. Because God want me to have this job because I got really fast. So I work it. I like working it. I like doing stuff. I hate sitting at home. These people sit at home for 10, 15 hours a day. And they sit there and play video games and shit. They waste their whole entire life being inside their head. And then when they get in front of people, they're like the biggest fucking losers ever. They're like complaining about everything. What the fuck? I'm the main character. It's because you're playing video games as a main character, dumbass. That's why you have that mindset. When you walk outside into the real world, you're like 0.0% of the fucking population. So you actually are like nothing to the world because you don't do nothing. You don't establish anything. You're not trying to grow anything. So society's going to look at you like you're fucking retarded and be like, who do you think you are? Well, I'm a main character in my own mind now, so it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And I'm like, well, man, maybe not matter what anybody else says now, but you're fired from this job now because it matters about what you do at the job. And then they bitch and moan. Why are you trying to fire me now? I do nothing wrong. No, we fire you now because you're not working. My feelings and emotions are hurting now. I don't feel like working today. Okay, then bye. You gotta learn how to work. You gotta learn how to do everything in life. If high school ain't teaching that because you've been a pothead your whole entire damn life, and you think that life is all about being a renegade and and being an atheist and hating on God and hating on the world and that, then guess what? Reciprocal is gonna happen. The world's gonna hate on you. God's gonna give you into your sin and tell you like, okay, you want that? Here you go. Duh. What you reap is what you sow. That's just how it is. Yeah, everyone goes through this shit. We always go through this. It's hard to be a Pacific person now, unless you're not working, unless you're not out in society and that. Sometimes you're already disciplined because your parents discipline you quite well. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get off. So I gotta take a shit. I'm going to the gym. I will be back on around about 8 o'clock. It's gonna be nighttime anyway.